guys, Brandon, August 9th, 2014, and I am here in the Adirondacks. It is about 4:47, and I am about to go for a swim down there. This is Fourth Lake, part of the Chain Lakes. I forget the name of it. I'll tell you more about it later when I figure it out. Anyway, I'm not going to take this camera with me in the water. I'm going to take the GoPro just for a minute, just do a little bit of filming today, and yeah. I'll be able to film more with this once it's charged up. So thanks so much for coming along. See ya. Hey guys, it's Brandon. It is Sunday, August 10th, 2014, and I'm getting ready to go for a run. So the run today is longer, should be around 2 hours. I'm thinking it's probably gonna be around an hour and a half. We'll see. I was mistaken yesterday, by the way, when I told you we were on Fourth Lake in the Chain Lakes. What is it called? The Fulton Chain Lakes, I think. And we're actually on Third Lake, so really beautiful here. And I reserved my water skiing until after my run because I knew that my legs were just going to be trashed if I were to water ski. So I got in the tube with my daughter and things like that. But in terms of water skiing, that will happen after this run that I'm about to take. And I'm starting the run down this quite picturesque and quaint road that is right here. I will get out to more of a main drag type of area where we are, and so I'm curious. You know, I again put off the run until after. Put off water skiing until after the run, and you know that's something that we all have to do. For me, I a lot of times base my meals and what I'm going to eat around when a particular workout is, just because I know that if I eat something heavy, I'm going to have to use the bathroom, and I'm curious, what do you guys do to kind of accommodate your runs? Is it, you know, do you like to go before work because of some reason, or do you like to go after work because of some reason? For me, I tend to want to go later in the day. Even though I run well in the morning, I tend to want to go later in the day because when I go later in the day, it's just a lot more, I don't know, I just feel kind of more awake, more ready to go and things like that. So I'm curious, what do you guys do to accommodate your workouts? Is it something like that? Do you wait because you prefer one time of day over the other? Or do you base it around meals? Or do you base it around, like I did today, do you wait to do the water skiing until after your run and that kind of thing? So just curious, if you've got a comment on that, leave it in the comment section below. I'm going to take the camera with me on my run. I can't guarantee how much I'll be filming or anything. I can't guarantee that I'll be seeing anything interesting because it's kind of just along a road. But if I do, I will let you know. Thanks guys, see you in a minute. Hey guys, about 26 minutes into my run, and here's a question for you. Still in the Chain Lakes, Fulton Chain Lakes anyway. Here's a question. I'm running along this path here, which is apparently called the Tobie, T-O-B-I-E Trail. It's actually kind of nice. The road's down there, the stays up above. It looks like it was a former Rails to Trails thing or something. But here's the question I have for you. For like the past half mile, there's been it's a horsefly or something that's chasing me and circling around my head, and being from the south originally, I'm very wary of horseflies and them landing on me and biting the shite out of me. Do you guys ever have this, or am I crazy? Because I can tell you, it's a good thing that nobody else is on this trail right now, because I just am running down the trail looking like a mother effing crazy person, flailing my hat about, trying to get the damn horsefly. It finally left, or I killed it. I hope I killed it. Anyway, there's something on my head again. You guys ever experience this? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Hey guys, Brandon. So 46 minutes into my run, you just saw the flip around. I just ran a little bit down this way, and I don't know, I really can't tell if it's rolling a little bit, but the road beside me that you see right there is far more rolling, and that's what I ran on at the beginning of this. It rolls quite a bit more, like lots of pretty big dips. I'll have to remember to check the Tobie Trail, T-O-B-I-E Trail. You guys should look it up too if you're familiar with it. It's right along, again, the Fulton Chain Lakes here in the Adirondacks. I'd love to hear about it if you know it, because this seems like a really great little trail. I'm not sure how far it goes because I stopped right up there. It looks like it stops right up there, and it certainly certainly stops where I got on back there, but it may pick up somewhere else. If you're familiar with this, let me know, because I really like this trail. You know, I'm not here very much, but it seems like a really great place to run. So if you do live in this area, I would encourage you to check it out. It's not particularly rolly. Again, it seems like it's part of the Rails to Trails Conservancy project. So if you're not familiar with Rails to Trails, what they are is essentially unused train tracks, train lines, that have been converted in a lot of cases into trails. Some like this, some paved. And what's great about it is that generally speaking, they're protected from traffic. It's runners or bikes only. I mean, just really great stuff. So yeah, I'm liking it so far. Again, it's gonna be about an hour and a half run, I think. There were some pretty big climbs as I got up to this trail, but there were some also pretty big descents. So I just hope that I can last, because it's a little humid, as you can tell by the shirt glued to my body. But it's pleasant, really nice day. It's got to be in the 70s, maybe 81 or 2, but it's a really, really beautiful day. So now I'm gonna run my butt back to the cottage, and it's water skiing time, baby. I'll see you at the end of the run. Now, unless I'm wrong, this right here to my right is an example of what not to run or walk through when you're trying to get somewhere and run. Just so you know. It's a possibility that I could be wrong. Otherwise, I think that is a crap load of poison ivy. Yeah. So this, right now, this is that moment when you realize you're a little lost. Uh-oh. Fortunately, I'm not actually lost. What's going on is the road is over there. And as I said earlier, this trail kind of runs parallel to the road, but because we're in the mountains, sort of, again, thinking that this is Rails to Trails, or at least has a very gentle grade, it has to go around some hills. So the last time I had a chance to get off this was about a mile that way, and I could go out on the road and run up, and it was going uphill, so I think this is going around it. However, if I look this way, I'm now on another body of water of some sort. And so I'm honestly not sure how far I'm gonna have to go down this trail to reconnect with where I wanna be. So the verdict is I will stand here for a minute, feel sorry for myself, look to see if I can see any cool fish in here, go back that way and hook up with the road. Thanks for coming along. Hey guys, Brandon, run done. Hour 42 minutes. Last couple things there at the end, there were a couple little hills that, Jesus. All right, I need some water. That's about it. Maybe an frosty adult beverage, and to get in the lake. Whew, man. So anyway, turns out that trail I was on, I think I could have stayed on a hair longer. When I put this workout into Strava later on today, I will look at it, because I'd rather run on a path like that than on the road. The road's just so exposed, gets hot and all that kind of stuff. But all in all, pretty good run. 12.15 miles, nothing super impressive, but longest run in quite a while. So, pardon the spitting. Anyway, yeah, good. My temptation was, and I'll probably do this later on this week, especially if I do another long run or some hill work, which I might on Tuesday. My temptation was to turn the camera on, talk to you guys, and undress and just jump in the friggin' lake because I'm warm. But alas, I will head down to the responsible thing, dry off, and get in the water. Talk to you guys later. Hey guys, it's Brandon. It is Wednesday, August 13th, 2014, and I'm still up here in the beautiful Adirondacks and the Fulton Chain Lakes on Third Lake right behind me here. I've been a little absentee from doing my video diaries the past couple days, and there's a very good reason for that. About 2 days ago, well, exactly 2 days ago, I was right out there, just right out front here, and I was water skiing, and I've always tried to drop a ski. I've never been able to slalom ski, get up on one ski or drop a ski to get on one ski, and I decided to try it. And the first day we were here, the second day we were here, the first day we had our boat, I dropped a ski successfully, and slalom skied for the first time in my life. And I've been trying since I was like 11 years old, so that's a long time, quite an accomplishment. And so I decided to try it again 2 days ago. and I dropped a ski right out front here, and I fell. When I fell hard, and on my left side, right just below my rib cage, but where your ribs, so if you're looking at my stomach, it's right here, this area. Fell right there really hard. Got out of the water and kind of like coughed a little bit, and that seemed to compound the extreme pain that I was in. So I think that what I've done, I haven't broken a rib. I've broken a rib before, and this is not that. This is pretty damn close. This hurts, feels like somebody's stabbing me in the rib cage with an ice pick. Basically, as it stands right now, I have a hard time getting up and down, things like this. I think that I pulled an intercostal muscle pretty bad. Intercostal muscles are the muscles in between your rib cage. They're what have the most to do with, in between ribs rather, have the most to do with breathing and basically supporting that structure. It hurts a lot. I talked to the coach. I have not run the past 2 days because I had a long run 2 days before that, or the day before that long 12-miler that I did. And so I would have taken the past 2 days off anyway. However, I plan on doing a little bit of a hill workout today. Coach said to bag it. I'm going to try it tomorrow. It shouldn't be a big deal. I have to tell you that when I get balanced, I'm up on 2 feet, and I'm in a good place, it's not a big deal. I don't feel like it's going to be that affecting of anything, so not a huge deal. But just want to let you guys know where I've been, why I haven't been posting workouts, and that's pretty much it. It just hurts. If you've ever been in this situation, if you've broken a rib or fractured a rib, or if you've pulled an intercostal like this, it really is quite excruciating from time to time. Today is definitely the better of the 3 days. The first day was kind of like right when it happened. I moved a little bit, and I actually got up and skied later on that day, and it was okay. Actually, to be honest, once I skied, it was fine. But then the next morning I woke up and it was just like, it was horrible. So I'm on a nice regimen of ibuprofen and frosty adult beverages here and there. And just having a good old time and kind of trying to take it easy. As you can see that I will be posting some kayaking videos with my daughter. You may have already seen those. Depending on how I put this video together, you may have already seen those, or you'll be seeing those in just a second. So I'm curious if you guys have ever had a rib injury that's an injury that wouldn't be like to your leg or to your foot or to an arm, or something that would ostensibly affect, you know, your running or your biking or your hiking or what have you, but something that's kind of ancillary, like your rib cage. Have you ever had an injury like that, and how did you deal with that? Just leave your comments in the comment section below. I'd love to hear about it. Hey guys, it's Brandon. It is August 14th, 2014, and I'm still here in the Adirondacks in Old Forge, New York. I'm headed to a trail now. The rib is feeling a little bit better, not great, so this run may be quite abbreviated. You know, talking to my coach, it was, he's very cautious with things like that, and really relies on listening to his athletes as to how things are truly going. And he knows it with me. I tend to not be someone who's going to make an excuse to stop or anything like that. So it'll be fine. Won't be anything terribly hard. I'm heading to this trail called Bub and Sis Lake. It's right up here, and if I find a decent hill, I may do some repeats. My plan for this run is no longer than an hour for a couple reasons. One, I got to get back because we're all going to go to dinner this evening, and two, just because I don't want to push anything. Now, you can see right now up ahead here, it is just now in the past couple seconds gotten sunny all day long up until today. It has been raining, and actually there's more rain on the way for this evening. So right now it's currently 57 degrees and drizzling depending on where you are. I seem to have just come out from under a rain cloud, so that's nice for the trail conditions that I'm heading to. Actually, the temperature on the car here says 54 degrees. So anyway, yeah, I'll be filming from the road. We'll see how it goes. Again, it's all about listening to that rib, seeing how it goes. One of the hardest things that I've found ever is that, you know, you may have a coach and you may have someone that you're kind of beholden to talk to about your workouts and things like that. But for me, and for a lot of people, I think being honest with yourself and how you feel is probably the hardest thing, because we all tend to validate how we're feeling with ego. We're like, oh, my rib hurts, but it doesn't hurt that bad, and I'm too much of a badass, you know, and things like that, and it's just not healthy. So I really try to be very objective about myself when I'm considering the fact that I may be a little hurt, not injured, but hurt. And I really step back and I look at myself as though I were an athlete, somebody that I was coaching. Step back and say, okay, well, if I was coaching me and I was concerned with, you know, my true overall well-being and what have you, what would I say? Would I say, if I was coaching an athlete and somebody was paying you to do so, would you turn around, would you go, okay, well, you still need to stick it out, suck it up, go out and run? Or would you say, listen, it's not worth it, you could really end up hurting yourself, you know, today maybe take off. So, you know, my coach is really, really fantastic about that. And again, Coach Jeff from PRS Fit, prsfit.com, and you know, he's kind of instilled that in me and the people that I coach, and it's not worth it a lot of the time. So today, that's why I haven't run in 3 days, because it's worth more for me to take a step back, take the last 3 days off, and really just very carefully consider what's happening with my rib there. So, but again, like I said, it feels better. Not fantastic, but better. And so we'll see how this run goes. So, see you on the trail. All right, guys, pause here for a second. On the run, I think I'm in between Bub and Sis Lake is over there. I'm in between the lakes right now. Then it goes down and around this lake called Moss Lake. I'm not gonna lie, this hurts like a Martha Fokker, and I've said the long version of Martha Fokker many, many times. There's been much gnashing of teeth and cursing. I think honestly that if I were on a flat road, it wouldn't be quite so jarring on the system, my rib, that is. And on the smooth sections here, it's not so bad. It's the up and down stuff, but I so love trails and want to take advantage of some trails that are not my Colorado trails, which I adore, don't get me wrong. Feeling okay. It feels better when my lungs are fully expanded for some reason. I think it's probably because the inner structure of my lungs and such is supporting whatever's all jacked up right now. So anyway, I just want to stop, give you kind of a 10-minute in version of how I'm feeling. I think I'll probably make this run, if I make it 45 minutes, I'll be lucky. So we'll see. I just don't know how much of this I can put up with, but I'll do my best. Talk to you in a minute. I could be wrong, but I think that this is Sis Lake over here, and this is Bub Lake over here across this pretty little stream down there. Onward. Alright guys, about to turn around at about 20-minute mark. So this run will probably, if I make the same amount of time back, be right at 40 minutes. Feeling good in the last few minutes here. Since I last talked to you, the rib feels better. Maybe it's because the terrain's evened out, but maybe it's because I'm kind of getting warmed up and evening out my stride. Regardless, I'm very happy that I came out to run, and it finally broke a sweat, which is nice. I'd like to come back to this trail soon. Maybe I'm here 1.5 more days, so maybe then. I want to mention the shoe that I'm wearing today, and that is the Mizuno Wave Hayate. Now, if you're watching this video when it comes out, which is probably going to be, I don't know what today is again, the 14th, which will probably be on the 15th of August 2014, then we will be reviewing the Hayate in just like 3 days on Monday. I have to say that the reason that I brought this shoe with me, this is the only trail shoe I brought with me, is because I knew I'd have the opportunity to possibly run some more, shall we say, damp trails, and today certainly fits the bill. I mean, you can hear that's rain falling. So I'm really happy that I got the chance to come out, even with the jacked up rib and everything. And I have to say that this has micro nubs on each of the lugs, and we're going to be talking about this in the review, so definitely check that out. It handles impressively well on wet terrain. I mean, I've been on rocks, I've been on logs, I've been on mud, leaves, grass. It hasn't slipped on anything, so very impressive. That's something that I seldom get to do, is to run on wet terrain like this, and you can see kind of how green and damp everything is, but I'm really glad that I got the chance to run on this stuff, because again, it's something I seldom get to do. So very impressive. The traction on this is very impressive, so look for me to talk about this in just a couple days on the review. And now I'm going to book it back to the car. See you there. Hey guys, it's Brandon, and I'm all done with the run and back at the house. Sorry I didn't talk to you in the car. This camera is on its last legs with battery, so that was such a fun trail to run on. I have to admit that the ribs did hurt quite a bit, especially for the first like 10-15 minutes, but then it really loosened up and it felt pretty good. It feels decent now. I'm gonna need to take some more ibuprofen here. Probably have a frosty adult beverage, but yeah, good run, and I really think that I might try to go back tomorrow. So anyway, see you tomorrow. What's up guys, it's Brandon. It's August 15th 2014. I'm still here in the Adirondacks. Rib is still jacked up, and I'm about to do a swim workout, mainly to show you guys what some of those drills are that I've been talking about. I'm not sure how the rib is going to feel once I get in the water, but I'm going to do my best. The plan is to take a swim from here at the dock around that point over there to where there's kind of the next portage into the next lake, into Second Lake, then come across here over around that point, and then back here, at which point I will pick up my paddles and pull buoy, and then do the loop all over again. There, around there, and back here. Those are, of course, best laid plans. I'm not making any promises. It might be ugly, and I might just do drills. We'll see. It depends on how the rib feels when I get in. So, regardless, let me put on my goggles. And again, even though I'm sitting here and my better judgment is telling me not to get in the water, I'm about to, as soon as I quit stalling, because again, it is 57 degrees out here and misting, kind of drizzling on me. It is not warm. It is not warm. Fortunately, the lake water is warmer than the air, so that's exciting. There's some ducks to cheer me on and or ridicule me as I jump in. That water looks not inviting in the slightest. Yeah. I so don't want to do this so badly. See what I do? This is crazy. I have no desire to do this right now. Okay. Fear factor on 3. 1, 2, 3. Fear factor. Ah, shit. First drill I'm going to do for you today, which you've heard me talking about a little bit, is fingertip drag. The whole point of this is to drag your fingertips in the water so that the recovery portion of your stroke, which is where your arm is coming from, fully extended to its next stroke, is as quick and as efficient as possible. So, here goes little fingertip drag. I'm going to go that way so you guys can see it going away. I'm going to swim to the camera so you guys can see it coming at you, and then I'm going to swim sideways. Here we go. typically I would not have slowed down like I did there on that last little pass. I did that so you guys could see how it looks kind of up close and a little slower. The next thing I'm going to talk about is sighting. Now sighting is where you're looking ahead to see where the next buoy, a crossing, or whatever is. The way that I do it may be a little different from other people, but I like to integrate the sighting into the rest of my stroke. A lot of people, what they'll do is they'll have their head down and they'll kind of pause their stroke. You take a couple above water breaths, or strokes rather, in order to sight see the next buoy or landmark or what have you. What I like to do is, particularly on my left side while my right arm is in the pull phase, when I'm on the recovery side of my left stroke, when I come out to breathe, I'll just keep my head above water, bring it around, and then I'm right back into left arm pull. So I'll swim out and I'll do a couple sightings as I come toward the camera. Hopefully sighting successfully and keeping the camera in the middle of my sight. Here we go. So that's how I sight. I like to integrate the sighting into my stroke so that it's not something that I have to really use a lot of energy to pause what I'm doing to be able to sight. So there you go. That's how I sight. Now, if you sight differently, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. The next thing I'm going to do is a little bit of catch-up drill. It may be a little difficult to see with this camera because the camera is a little high and there's nobody filming me from above, but I will try my best to show you what a little catch-up drill looks like. Basically, it looks like this. If you're coming forward, you got one arm out in front, this arm hits, and as soon as this one touches the water, this one starts to go. Think of it kind of like a relay race between your hands. What it's meant to work on is elongating your stroke and really gliding and using the way your body glides through the water. It also helps to really reinforce the fact that your kick is an integral part of your stroke, because your kick is what keeps you propelling forward while you're pulling and in between while you're kind of gliding in the water. So I will do this. Somebody's firing a gun over there. I will do this a little bit going this way, I'll do it coming this way, and then I'll do it to the side. Hopefully you guys can see. Alright, somebody on a jet ski out there. So, now, do a little bit of a workout and get out, because I'm here to tell you that this water is not as warm as I thought it was going to be. This water feels like it's easily in the 60s, and I am in just a jammer Speedo, so maybe I'll take the camera underwater, show you guys around a little bit, see some cool stuff, and then get my freezing ass out of the water. Yeah, you can see my breath. Good times. It's freaking cold. If there are any of the drills or anything you'd like to see me work on in these videos with regard to being in the water, I'm happy to do so. Leave that in the comment section below and I'll see what I can do. If there's, for instance, you want to work on, I don't know, shoulder roll, or you want to work on breathing and things like that, let me know and you leave those in the comments and I will try to do those in a future episode. Keep in mind, of course, that it does get a little tricky since I work out at a pool that is public most of the time, so that's not always the easiest thing to do. But leave them in the comment section below and I'll certainly see what I can do. Now, let's get a little underwater tour. Not so sure how much you're going to be able to see, but it's probably going to be pretty cool. If you can see anything, we'll see. are freaking creepy as crap. Anyway, back down to it.